Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching Nile Cruise on Nile TV International, and from a very special place here in Cairo, in Fustat, near Ain al-Sira. We bring you this very special segment of Nile Cruise, dear viewers. And in this segment, of course, we have with us to tell us more about the preparations that are taking place, of course, for the Pharaoh's Golden Parade that will be taking place soon here in Egypt, in Cairo, actually, under the auspices, of course, of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, I think, who will be leading, of course, this wonderful day. We have with us now in this segment the supervisor of the Central Exhibition Hall and the Mummies Hall, who is our host, our wonderful host, Mr. Sayed Abu Fadl. A very good day, sir, and it's a pleasure to have you with us in today's episode of Nile Cruise. Wake up.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And let's start with the royal mummies that are going to be transferred here in this place.
Yeah.
What are the most remarkable mummies, and how many kings and queens? Tell us more about these mummies.
Actually, we will transfer 22 royal mummies, 18 kings and 4 queens. But we will display 20 royal mummies inside the gallery.
Where is the one missing?
We have two. We will put it on the storage for temporary exhibitions after that. We will transfer 20, but 21, 22, and we will display 20 inside the hall.
Mr. Said, of course, the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities is preparing for a huge royal procession to transport the royal mummies from the Egyptian Museum in Tahrir to the place of their permanent display in the National Museum of the Egyptian Civilization during the coming days. It is an event that will grab the attention of the entire world for a procession befitting, of course, the ancient Egyptian civilization. How many, what makes this museum different than other museums to bring the mummies here especially?
Actually, this museum is completely different from the other museums in Egypt and or outside Egypt. Because this is one or two or three, we have 3 or 2 museums for civilizations all over the world. This is one of them. This museum is completely different because we have a natural lake in the side of the museum, overlooking on the museum overlooking on a natural lake. It's called the Ain al-Sira Lake. Also, we are the only museum that we have historical site in the museum. Like the dye house that dates back to the Fatimid period. We have the only museum that you can find all the periods that pass through the Egyptian history in this museum, started from the prehistory to the modern time, through the Pharaonic, Greco-Roman, Coptic, Islamic, and modern. You cannot find these times or these periods in any other museum in Egypt.
Do we have information about the mummies that are coming here? Who are the famous kings and queens?
Actually, as I said, we have 18 kings and 4 queens. The most famous of them, the first one is the mummy of the king Seqnen-Ra Ta'a II. He is the one who started the war against the Hyksos.
What's his name?
Seqnen-Ra Ta'a II. He started the war against the Hyksos. After that, we have the great wearer or the great king Thutmose the third. After that, we have Ramses II, the great warrior also, Ramses II, and we have the last great Egyptian kings, Ramses III. And we have from the queens, we have Hatshepsut, as we know, all of them. We know Hatshepsut, the queen, and she ruled Egypt for a part of time. This is a famous royal mummies from the 22 royal mummies.
They are the most famous of the famous.
Most of them famous,
yeah.
but we have a spot on some of them because we have a great job through the Egyptian history all over. Yeah.
Okay, sir, would you tell us more about the preparations taken for the opening of the 3 halls that include the Central Exhibition Hall and the Mummies Hall?
We have also, as we know, two galleries we are waiting to open: the central hall, or the central core, and the royal mummies. The central core, all we can see the main hall in the museum. This main hall is chronologically started from prehistory to the modern time. We have a collection from different types of collections. For example, we will start with the first showcase with skeleton that's called Nazlat Khatir skeleton that dates back to 35,000 years ago. You remember? This is the oldest one, 35,000 years ago. It's a skeleton. This is the first showcase. After that, we have, for example, the chair of the Queen Hetep Haris, the mother of King Cheops. And we have a collection of an official called Sin Nejm. We found his tomb in Deir el-Medina. He is the chief of the Korkars of Deir el-Medina at the time of King Seti I and Ramses II. And we found his tomb with all coffins, shaptis, boxes, masks, different things we will find in the gallery inside. We also have a collection dates back to the Greek-Roman, a golden collection that's called from the place it's called Douche in El Wadi Jadid. Also have an example for the Mashrabiyya, an example for a pulpit, example for a section for a Sabil, and the facade of a Nubian house. And a folklore, we have textile from different places.
Where is the facade of the Nubian house?
You can see inside the central core, in the corner, a facade of the Nubian house with all things and colors.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I saw it when I came last time.
Yeah, in the corner, you can find in the corner, and also different styles of the textile from Egypt, from Sinai, from Siwa, from Upper and Lower Egypt, from Nubia, that's called Girgar, for example. Also in the royal mummies, we have, this is the first time that you can find the mummy beside the coffin that we found inside it. And also we have some accessories that we found in the cachette that belongs to some of these kings. For example, a collection of the king Amenhotep II and a collection of the king Thutmose IV.
What kind of collection do they have in these
different
coffins?
Different things, like the coffins, like Shapti box, like Shapti statue, like statues, wooden statues, like sign of Ankh, for example. Different things.
They put their own organs in jars and.
Sorry.
Do they put their own organs?
Yeah.
In jars and.
They prefer to put it inside inside their tomb to benefit from it afterlife. In afterlife.
Yeah.
How will they benefit from it afterlife?
They thought that they will
live again.
They will again to the life, and they will use their things again.
Okay. And they're still available, sir?
Yes.
Okay, sir. How do you expect the world's reaction towards the inauguration of the Mummies Hall?
I think that all the world waiting for this event. We received calls from friends from outside Egypt, from Europe and America, asking about this day because they need to see this event from the beginning to the end.
Are we going to be Are we going to be inviting presidents from all over the world?
I think for the situations for COVID-19, I think the time is not easy.
But we can still invite them, and it's their own.
I prefer. We can wait
because it's not just a normal event that's taking place. It's
because this is not a mummy. This is the kings of Egypt. They ruled Egypt in all time. It's not a mummy. It's a kings.
Yeah. How are you prepared for this important event?
Actually, the parade will start from the Egyptian Museum to here in a very impressive parade. And here we have also we prepared a hall for the festivals, and the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi will, inshallah, will be in this event from the beginning. And I think all over Egypt waiting for this.
But I think you're prepared because it was gonna take place 2 weeks ago and then it got postponed. So I
Yes.
think you're already nearly prepared for everything.
I think we prepared everything and we are waiting. As I said, the mummies, for example, in Al Tahrir Square, in Tahrir Museum, we put it inside boxes, and they put it, the mummy inside a nitrogen capsule to preserve and protect the mummy from any other microbes or something like that. And also we put these capsules inside a wooden box to protect it.
But why this time mummies are going to be transferred from one museum to another? Why this time in particular?
Because
For
The royal, yeah. Why they are transferred here?
I think this is from the beginning. It's back to 2002 when we started the work here in the National Museum, and in the same time the work started in the gym. And the committee said that we need something very attractive in the two museums. They choose the collection of Tutankhamun to transfer to the gym, and the real mummy to come here, because you need
so
something.
here it was specialized at the beginning since you inaugurated here or
Yeah.
since you started working on
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
The idea was that the mummies are gonna be in
Be
this
here.
place, and we had an interview with
Doctor.
Yahya, and Yahya said that there is this. It's as if you're going down into a tomb, and you're gonna be seeing the mummies over there
Yes.
to feel the entire mood that you're seeing the mummies in there.
Yes, yes.
So it's special. It's made especially to be in this way.
Yes, the gallery itself is a separated gallery. It's designed as a tomb. From outside, like a mountain, and from inside, like a tomb. We need you to feel you enter inside a tomb in the Valley of the King, in the Valley of the King in Luxor, and to see each mummy in a separated room. And you can find the mummy beside the coffin and some accessories. We need you to feel that you enter inside a mummy in the Valley of the King.
Despite the famous or the fame of the kings and queens coming here, still we have Tutankhamun is the best of the best, with his collection,
Yes,
with
yes.
his treasures and everything. Why?
Because the collection of Tutankhamun, we discovered it is completely full. We didn't
These
find,
are discovered also full.
sorry for,
These are full also, fully discovered with everything they have.
but we found only the mummy. We didn't find any other thing.
Oh, there are no golds
because
or
you
no
know,
treasures.
All these mummies in the 21 dynasty, they moved from their places to two tombs, to hidden from the thieves.
No.
But the tomb of Tutankhamun, we found it completely full, without any missing item from inside.
Okay, sir, when it comes to heritage preservation, this museum includes the International Training Center, which is the first of its kind in Egypt, undergoing training specialists in the field of archaeological restoration. How far would this center help in the heritage preservation, of course?
Actually, this center, we try to make a training course for the employees of not only the museum, but also for the employees in the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, in a specific, in different types of subjects, like the cultural heritage, and also with the cooperations with the UNESCO Cairo office, because UNESCO is a share, it's cooperating with the museum as a technical support. They give us expertise in different issues like the cultural heritage, to give us courses and training courses for the employees in the museum and also from outside the museum.
Well, Mr. Sayyid Abul Fadl, the supervision of the Central Exhibition Hall and the Mummies Hall, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much for
You're
joining
welcome.
us. It's always a pleasure to have you
You're
with
welcome.
us. And thank you
And
for
we are
your
waiting.
informative
We are
knowledge.
waiting you for the opening, inshallah.
Hopefully, sir, we'll be with
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you,
And
sir.
we'll be making complete coverage. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. We'll be back again to bring you more in today's episode of Nile.